Hello, guys. Please let us know that you hear us, that you see us.
Why is it so complicated?
I don't know.
We do that for like 12 time and
I don't know.
uh,
Guys, please, someone in the chat, please let us know. Hello! Hello, hello.
I think
Can you tell that you hear us and see us, please?
yes, I guess so. Finally.
Hallelujah, because we've been struggling with setting up this live stream for such a long time. I mean, we haven't done it for a long time, so guys, we're so glad to see you, and thank you for joining us tonight. And I think that we're going to start slowly with our tonight's track by track stream. We're going to go track by track and tell you about the songs in the new album, The Realms of Fire and Death, that was out on April 17th. And we will also reply to some questions. Yevgeny will be the one to follow your comments, and maybe he will stop me and we will reply to these comments. And yeah, I think that we're going to have good time together. So let's start right away. Um,
um,
so
1 minute 40 seconds. I guess everyone who wanted to come has already
joined us. Yes.
Yes.
So let us have our boozes and let's get started.
Wait for my
What
booze.
do I have? I have Hellfest.
I have Kilkim Jaibu. Ride the Lightning in Lithuanian.
Yeah. So cheers, guys,
Cheers.
to the new album of Igne.
Mineral water.
It's not vodka, it's mineral water. Sorry.
Yes. This one says Igne in its back, actually.
Yeah. So let's start. On April 17th, last Friday, we had a new album coming out, The Realms of Fire and Death. This is our second full-length album and our third album if we take into account our first EP, Sputnik. So we've been working on this album forever, I guess, right?
3 years, probably.
Yeah, something like 3 years. And yeah, we could make it happen earlier, but not because of lots of complications. Like our sound producer was busy with another bands, and we couldn't book him. We toured with the previous album. We had to polish all the songs and make them as they are now. So yeah, it was a very long journey, and of course we released our second album in the middle of the pandemic, just because we can. I mean, it's a perfect timing. So I guess that we will start with the first song, and the first song on the album is Queen Dies, which you actually have heard and watched in the video back in September 2018.
Yeah.
It was so long ago, and we have played Queen Dies live so many times. It's just totally insane. So if for some reason you haven't seen the video for Queen Dies, it's on our YouTube channel. So when this live stream is over, please go and watch it, because it is still my favorite video of ours that we have. Maybe at the moment, because we're going to have a new video as well. So what about you? Do you like Queen Die's video?
I don't remember. I saw it 3 years ago for the last time.
I remember, because when we received this video from our talented director, and Yevgeny was the first one to see this video, and I was somewhere without internet connection, I could only text, and he said, "Oh my god." I said, "Okay, so do you like it?" He said,
Nah. I
"No."
don't know.
He said I don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
just
you should see it for yourself and like
yeah.
it was it was absolutely, I don't know, this hour before I was able to watch the video was the worst hour like ever, because I was very afraid that like I wouldn't like it, but still I liked it, and the rest of the guys from the band liked it as well, but he's not that much into avant-garde, so
No, I love avant-garde like
no.
all the time, but not of my own production. I don't know. Not it's not for me personally.
You
It's
know,
like
you're
I don't know. I just needed maybe 10 tries to consume that video fully, like to comprehend
I
it.
just have to say that avant-garde for you is Star Wars and or something like that.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. That's the great question, by the way. Is Queen Dice exactly the same on the album as it was when the video came out back then? No, the guitars were re-recorded and everything was remixed. So
And
it's
remastered to fit the
naturally,
album.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's slightly different, but the arrangements, all the samples, all the other parts, including vocals, I
Vocals, yeah,
believe, yeah,
everything.
are absolutely the same. So
But you can still hear the difference, like if you compare them.
yeah, sound wise, they differ just a little bit.
Yeah. So when we released this video, I remember that we even did a contest. So you guys had to explain what exactly happens in Queen Dies, because to be honest, I think it was quite complicated just because of the video. So I'll tell you what happens, because like Queen Dies starts the tales that accompany the album, and Queen Dies is actually about. Um, so here's what happened. There was a wizard that had a dream that Queen would die by the hand of her twin, of a twin. Sorry, so like a
You just spoiled everything.
I know. But still, come on, they saw the video,
Yeah.
so so the wizard comes to the queen and tells that she would die by the hand of a twin, so she decides simply to kill all the twins in her kingdom. So she's like a very straightforward woman, like yeah. So she starts killing all the twins, and for like the first twin to be dead is her twin, like the queen's sister, and the court Carnifex, and he plays the Carnifex like in this video.
You can see me because I can't see myself. I'm too hidden.
Yeah. So the Carnifex kills like the queen's sister, and he starts killing everyone, all the twins like in the kingdom. For some time the queen is very sad that she has to do this, but gradually she starts enjoying this process and all the blood pouring like throughout the kingdom, and gradually she has a demon appearing before herself, and like he gives her like lots of demonic powers, so to say. And at some point it appears that the queen's sister is not dead, and she comes back to the queen to kill her, but like because the queen has the demonic power, her sister disappears just with like clip of hands. And yeah, sorry, I just can't do this. Duh. Yeah,
You
so,
did that in the video. I mean, the queen. Like,
yeah, and it was so complicated for
is
me.
like,
I can do this.
I ain't got no time for that.
Yes. So, in the end, like, the queen doesn't die, but the queen in her dies. And this is like some kind of a philosophic ending. So, I mean, you see, like, people didn't get what's happening in the video because it's even hard to explain like with words. But like as said, this album is not just an album, it also has small short tiny tales that also incorporate the lyrics of this album, so you can read them.
How do you even remember all that?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just
And
trying
then,
because
never mind.
actually, normally I just don't remember any poems that I write, anything, like except for Igne lyrics. Although I have googled Igne lyrics a couple of times.
Okay, yeah. Is there any relation or inspiration from the Bible story about King Herod, who ordered the death of all males, children 2 years old and younger?
I don't know, you tell me.
Me?
I
No.
just don't remember even how we came up with the decision to kill all the twins because I guess it was yours.
No, it was Masha's.
No.
Yes.
No, because like at the beginning you wanted a story and a video where I would play lots of myself, queens.
Oh, yeah, right.
You see, it was so
Okay.
long ago, so we even don't
Yeah,
remember
I
how.
mean, the most certainly I can say that no, it is not inspired by anything you could have probably read, especially Bible.
I just want to say, like any of the lyrics and any of the tales, they are not inspired by any like they're not based on real реальні події, real happenings. So on anything real, on
Well,
any.
except Olga, I guess, but that's not this album.
I'm telling about this album.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, like nothing like from this album. It's absolutely everything comes like from our imagination. So if earlier we could speak about like Crimean Tatars in Alga or like the question of killing people because of religion in Shaitan Bar, like here everything is just
Fairy tale.
Fairy tale. Not always fairy because
Not always.
it's kind of
Yeah.
a bit brutal in some parts. So Queen dies, over. Then we've got
Hey, what about the music?
sorry. So
Queen
like
dies
in
over.
on this stream, I'm responsible for the meaning behind the songs, the lyrics, and the tales. This guy wrote all the music, so
I didn't write Itokune. Uitokune.
please
Okay.
let us come to this.
Yeah, so what's the song once more? Oh, okay, Queen dies. Of course, it's influenced heavily by Behemoth. I actually should have sat here in my favorite Behemoth t shirt that doesn't actually say Behemoth. It says a Greek synonym to it. Okay, nevertheless, you can really hear the Satanist, like the beginning of the album. What was the track? I saw the virgins.
Blow the trumpets, Gabriel.
Yes. You can hear the similarities, but of course, it's more symphonic in my mind, I guess, than the Satanist. But I mean the Behemoth. But I guess there won't be any Behemoth anymore because we already saw what can I come up with after hearing The Satanist. And other albums are just not my type, so.
What?
So, yeah, I think this song turned out to be quite special in Igno's way. I don't know how to say it. It's a bit different from other songs. It's slower, it's more blackened, but not like black metal mode.
I think that like music wise it's a very good song to start the album because like this album is storytelling and the song sounds like storytelling just because getting slowly, and the like all everything that happens, it's kind of, I don't know, develops throughout the song.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about Queen Dies for 15 minutes now, so I guess we
Not
should.
15 minutes.
15
We
minutes.
have been talking for 15 minutes about everything.
Okay. Okay. So there were some questions actually. Where can I read the tales? So there are several options. Like we are not going to publish the tales online, but you can purchase it in our store, and we actually already received today these small books where you can like read the tales and the lyrics and everything. Yes. So also like if you join our Patreon, it's we will publish like this book in electronic version, like please stop.
I'm just showing
I know,
them
because like
details. Nobody can read that.
it's not about that, just because like it doesn't look as good as it is like live, just because of the lighting. So, anyways, we will also publish the electronic version of this book on Patreon for all tiers, starting from $1. So, like, if you just want to read them without the physical format, then you can just join our Patreon. Can you please drop the link to our Patreon?
Drop the link to our Patreon. Yes.
Yeah.
mem.
And also, like for some other tiers, there will also be an audio version of these tales where I will be reading these tales to everyone. So you're very, very welcome to
I
join.
did that.
And just because we threw this link to Patreon, I want to say a huge, huge thank you to all the patrons that have ever supported us since the start, because they are the ones who funded this album, and because they did so, you are listening to it now, because otherwise I don't know when we would be able to release it.
I think we would be only getting ready to for the studio by now.
Yes, so patrons, one love. Thank you.
Two loves, actually.
Two loves. And like the rest of the loves come from the rest of the band members who are in their homes on a lockdown. So
Yeah.
they are also sending their loves. So I guess that we should go to the next song.
Yeah, please.
The next song is our first song in Ukrainian language. A lot of people said that they cannot pronounce it. So it's pronounced Чорне полум'я.
Чорне полум'я.
Чорне полум'я. And it means black flame. Black flame.
Yeah.
In Ukrainian. Also, a lot of people said that they loved Ukrainian language with Ignia songs. So we are thinking of making more Ukrainian songs.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think
more
about
Ukrainian content, I guess we can say it like that.
Yeah. So we'll see. Like at some point, we even wanted to translate this album into Ukrainian, but like it's it's kind of very, I don't know. I don't know how to do it, and
yeah.
I think
if any Ukrainians are there, I saw just one person. Just imagine a song "What For" being called "Shob Sho." Yeah.
So we'll see. But in any case, like we got a great response to this song. So thank you guys. So in this song, the story with the queen continues, because like she has done a lot of shit in her kingdom. A lot of. So she killed half of the kingdom, if we consider that there are a lot of twins. So at some point, she understands that she did a lot of bad things, and she wants to she wants to improve the situation. And she just confesses like to the kingdom that something has to be done about it. And yeah, so if you want to understand the meaning behind this song, you can just jump to the last track of the album that is called Black Flame, actually. And for some reason, a lot of people thought that these are two different songs because maybe they haven't listened to the album enough. And I can get it just because the Ukrainian version and the English version, they have a very different atmosphere and very different vibe. Although, like, the only thing that differs on these two versions is the vocals and the language. So, I mean, nothing else changed. So, just another thing, all the lyrics to the songs are already up on our website. Can you please drop the link to our website?
Can I please drop the link to our website?
Yeah, so you can read all the lyrics. And just in case, the entire album
Yeah,
is...
I did that. Oh, sorry.
Very good. And the entire album is out on streaming platforms, so you can listen to the album, read the lyrics, understand what this Ukrainian song is about. Just read the last song. So,
stop mentioning my glasses, please. I'm starting to blush. Thank you, anyway.
Yeah. So, Yevgeny, the dropper of links.
Oh,
here he is.
Mr. John Vyzhletsov.
Oh my god.
Asks us to come to Brazil.
So there is a guy in the comments, John Vyzhletsov, for you to understand. This is the person that is also responsible for our videos Queen Dies, Disenchantment, and the upcoming video for Jin Slammer. So if you have any problems with our videos, with our art, with anything, please, John Vyzhletsov, he's there. And he's from
I guess he's happy because there is lockdown and nobody can come to Odessa and kick his face.
Yeah. So, as said, Queen Dies confesses she wants to change something, and then we come to the third song of like the first part.
No, we don't.
Why?
First,
music.
There's the command part,
Okay.
in which someone asked you, was it a hard decision to write Black Flame on your tattoo other than Chorne Polumya in Ukrainian?
That is really, I don't know why I didn't want to write it in Ukrainian. For some reason, I don't know.
I know, because there wasn't a plan to make a Ukrainian song by then. I mean, the story of the album started as under the name of Black Flame with the black album art. But once we made everything up in our minds, a band called Bury Tomorrow,
I don't know.
I believe so, released an album called Black Flame with literally the same cover art we wanted to do. So
can you imagine, like, we're having all this album in our heads, we have the artwork, I have the tattoo, and then another band releases like everything, so we're just like, bad karma.
Yep, as usual.
By the way, like in Black Flame, there is a line in the lyrics, let me show you, let me teach how karma loves and justice wings. It was about us and about Black
you
Flame.
know what is else about us? The code name for the fourth demo for the next album, Bad Karma.
Spoilers about the next album.
Yeah, but that's only a code name. So
it can change a lot of times.
Yeah.
So he's writing the next album already.
Yes.
Bury Tomorrow.
Bury. Yeah, I would like to have a Bury Tomorrow.
Which one? Strawberry?
No, like berry mix, I guess.
Berry mix. Okay.
Can we do that?
I don't know, maybe. So, do you have anything to talk about regarding music of Chorne Polumya and how we performed everything live?
You just said Chorne Polumya.
Chorne.
You have a nice Canadian Ukrainian accent.
Thank you,
right there.
thank you.
Chorne.
Maybe they will accept me. Like,
Yeah, I actually don't remember anything about that. I only remember that the song has the only breakdown on the album, like a proper breakdown on aggressively stroked, palm muted, open strings.
So, like, if you ask about our album, does it gent? It does.
Sometimes. I
Sometimes.
guess the previous one actually gented more, but
Why? No, like
but
the
under the vocals, you can't always hear that.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Out of your someone's head. Out of
Yeah,
whose?
just wanted to say that you hear the transition between Queen Dies and Chorna Polumia
Czarne polumia.
on the album. And actually, we have performed these two songs live for a very long time, like since the release of Queen Dies. So if you have ever been to our shows, you have probably heard it. And um, and we actually perform it as one song without a pause.
Yeah.
So it's like one piece. Next song, Out of My Head. So in this song, we just see the fight between the queen and the demon. So she tries to get him out of her head and save the kingdom. So everything is very simple. And I actually forgot that in Chernopolymia, in Black Flame, actually the flame starts in the kingdom. I'm sorry. So there is one more reason for the queen to save this kingdom. And in Out of My Head, they just have a huge fight. And she said that they had a very good opening, a very good start, but they shouldn't be together anymore, blah blah blah. And they fight, and in the end, they both die because we said that Queen dies, and nobody believed us that Queen dies, so she actually dies. And she also but she also frees the kingdom from this demon and all the horrible things she did. And in the end, she becomes the patron of this kingdom, and whenever a fire starts somewhere in the kingdom, she sends the rain to stop
Nice.
it. Yes.
Okay. Fun fact: I just tried to remember when and how did I write it.
Out of my head.
Yeah, and I remembered that the riff, the guitar riff, like the main uh, refrain, chorus riff, is actually kind of more than 10 years old as well. Only one riff though.
Really?
Yes. Old but gold. I actually, personally, for me, this song was mm, the scariest to put into the album because it's too straightforward, I guess, after the sign of faith, or too, I don't know, too slamming, but not like too few notes there. But I'm actually surprised that there's a lot of people who like it.
Yes, it's so interesting. But like when we were thinking about which videos we should shoot for this album, I suggested that we do Out of My Head because I liked it for some time, but then we changed it to Jin Slammer. And this video is going to be out somewhere in May when Mr. Vizhlitsov and Mrs. Maria, who is our director, designer, art director, everything, when they finish this video. So, and these three songs, Queen Dies, Chor Napolumia, and Out
Don't
of
do
My...
that again, okay?
It's very complicated, actually. I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
know, but yeah.
So, and Out of My Head, they had this is the first part of the album, and they are related together. So, there is flame, there is death. So, this is the first realm of fire and death. Are we going to the next part?
Uitokune.
Yes. So, the next song is Utokone, and this is actually the cover. We made a cover of a Faroese singer, songwriter, artist, Ivor. And I know that a lot of our listeners actually know her. I'm not surprised because, like, she does great music, and she also did the soundtrack to The Lost Kingdom, I believe. Uh, so, the story is simple. I was listening to her album Slurred, which is awesome, and so she has, like folk pop with these fairies, Viking vibes, and I was listening to this album, blah blah blah, and then I come to this song Uitokune, and this song it is Nordic, but to some extent it also has, like, this Middle Eastern atmosphere. I don't know how, but I just heard it. And
It's just the notes,
yes, and
the
Yevgeny
melody.
Yevgeny was nearby, and, like, I was thinking to me it would be so cool to make a cover for this song, but Yevgeny won't agree to do it. And then he sits and says, "Okay, maybe we should do a cover for this song." So it
Yeah,
was
I wrote to her management like 10 minutes after that, and just asked for cover rights, and we secured them probably like a year and a half in advance to even the recording. I didn't even have an arrangement in mind, anything, only like the idea to cover it, but it was so prominent that just, eh.
we just needed to make sure that we will be allowed to do it.
Yeah,
So
sure, but sometimes they can ask for the arrangement,
mhm,
to
mhm.
make sure that you don't do anything bad to the music, actually. But as it turns out, those are great guys, and
Yes.
we had the rights like in 10 minutes, so now you can hear it by yourself.
Yeah, so I love this song a lot. This is a cover, so I didn't change any lyrics, and the song is in Faroese. And like, a lot of questions were if it was complicated for me to sing in Faroese. So it was, but not because, like, of this language, but because of the similarities between Faroese and Norwegian language. Because I'm studying Norwegian,
In writing.
in writing, yeah. So it has some similar words, but it's pronounced absolutely differently. So it was so hard for me. Like, I'm reading the lyrics and I'm trying to read it in Norwegian, like with Norwegian pronunciation, but it was absolutely absolutely different. So, in any case, it was a lot of fun recording this song, and I also did, like, this throat singing or something like that. You can hear it on the background of the
I guess
song.
it's Inuit throat
I don't
singing.
know.
It's like Inuit woman's throat singing.
I don't know, but, like, I even don't know how I did it. I just stood in the studio and I did it,
You
and
just
that's
run
it.
5 kilometers without any proper sport education and preparation and do that.
Okay, you
But
will
just
do
don't.
it on the next album.
No. Uh,
Yeah.
we have a nice question actually.
Yeah.
Is it hard to get the rights to cover a song as an independent band? Actually, uh, as it turns out, I know now that nobody has not any right to say no for a cover as long as you
Are you sure?
mentioning the original. So you can't use samples you without a permission. You can't alter the song, but if you do a cover and you say that this song belongs to that guy, and it is a cover of their songs, you just mechanically subscribe them to a part of your honorary payments and they get their share, and that's all. If they don't give you a permission, you have full right to not mention them at all.
Are you sure? Because like
In the if they say no, and you send the monies, the royalties, like a proper guy, like a proper artist, they won't receive them. Everything will go to you. That's the newest cover law we have in the world.
so there's a question. Has Ivor already heard it, and what did she say? Actually, I don't think she heard. And now I understand that we didn't even send their management the cover.
Yeah.
So I mean, like we asked for the permission to cover it. They said that we could do it and all the things. And you can understand. You should understand that we didn't speak to her directly. We spoke to her management. And the thing is, like, we mentioned her, like we tagged her online, but I don't think she heard it. But I guess that we will send the link to the final version
Yeah,
to them.
probably.
So thank you for asking this question.
Okay, Too Late to Be Born.
I didn't say what the song is about.
In your mind, not Ivor's mind.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Good.
it is a cover, obviously, but still, I incorporated it to the stories of this album. And we start the second chapter of this album, and we see, like in the story, we see a woman that is wandering through the mist because Uitokune means in the mist. And she is wandering, and her soul is lost. So this song is very like, and this beginning is very, atmospheric, and there is nothing actually happening in there. So I just suggest that you read the lyrics, and there is also a translation of the lyrics online, like on the web. And in the next song, which is Too Late to Be Born, and this is the heaviest song we've ever had, ever, like on this album and ever with Ignea, because it's a black and death metal song, I believe so.
Not just death
Like,
metal.
because all our friends are just arguing with each other whether it is black metal or death metal or black and death or just death metal.
Death and black metal.
It doesn't matter. So Too Late to Be Born is the next song, and this song is about a person who has some mental issues. So he doesn't know whom he wants to become, and he always struggles. For example, what to drink. He doesn't know he wants to drink water or cocktail or something.
Do we have a cocktail?
No.
Oh no, you're not about me. Sorry.
No, it's not about you.
Yeah.
So every day is a mess for him, and he actually is. This all started after his wife passed away. So the wife that was initially in Utokone, whose soul is wandering through the mist. So to stop all these problems happening in his head, he just steps into the fire. So he commits suicide. And actually, when I first wrote the lyrics, I wanted to name this song Fired, because like he stepped into the fire and he was fired from all his problems and all the things. But like in the end, I thought that people won't understand it, just because like fired is something with the unemployment.
Yeah, you usually get fired from your hipster coffee roasting factory or something like that.
Yes. So in the end, it is a song about committing a suicide, but not in a traditional way. And can you tell something about the music of Too Late to Be Born, and what the hell did you write?
Yes, I actually can. At
So-
that moment, I had a guitar, and I just for fun tried to play a song of our friends Eternum from Canada.
By the way, check their latest album that was out, Al Qassam. It's called Al Qassam. It was out on March 27th.
I don't remember when,
I
but yeah,
remember.
it's
Yeah.
it's nice. Yeah, so the song was Angel Horned. Yeah, I really love it, and I just recorded the first part with the guitar, with the bass, throwing some drums, and was jamming to the remainder of drums, and came up with the first riff and second riff. I think I wrote it in like maybe 20 minutes, and then I invited Dmitry, our guitarist, to record it properly because I can't play guitar that well. And he made a solo, and that's it. The song is done. Like, here you are, here's your demo, just do the lyrics, and that's all.
Nice, nice. Uh, Thank you for the compliment on the harsh vocals. I practiced. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But I still have a lot of things to improve. So yeah. Um, what I can say that this is the song that is the hardest for us to rehearse so far from the new album. Just because we're not used to playing all these tremolos and blast beats and
Especially you.
yes. Yeah, for me it's one of the easiest songs just because I just grow there and I'm angry at the guys that they cannot play it. They already can. Everything is okay. But still like it's just not classic for Ignea. That's why like
Yeah.
yes.
And we rehearse it actually differently. So come to our shows to hear the different ending to the song.
In 10 years when the pandemic is over.
I hope I hope not
Yeah, we will.
no no take your words back, please.
We will promote the album of 2020 in 2030.
Yes. No no no. No.
Yeah. So yeah, this is kind of freaking song. I don't know. And so this person steps into the fire and he dies, and we're coming to the song that is called What For. After the heaviest song on the album, we're coming to the lightest song on the album. This is actually an acoustic ballad, and it's just acoustic instruments, various, and the voice. And in this song, the sister of this person who committed suicide, who was actually a king, because come on, this is an epic album, so I mean. So this sister sings to him a morning song, asking him what for he committed the suicide and left the kingdom and everyone. And yeah, so it's a very, very tragic song that is very easy sounding and very, I don't know. It's like a Disney ballad. That is everything that I can say. Your turn.
Ну вот ты закончился. Шоп шо. Yeah, I guess this one is the most visible display of my love in Turkish pop music, actually.
But I still hear some Spanish vibes, like Spanish flamenco guitar over there.
Yes, because we didn't do like a Turkish pop arrangement, and in the end, Spanish music, flamenco music is heavily influenced by Al Andalus music, which is like basically Turkish, I don't know, Arabian music. So yeah, that's uh, probably almost the same in some sorts of ways. But yeah, the history of making that song is kind of fun because it is an acoustic ballad with lots of interesting stringed instruments, and we don't have anyone in Ukraine with oud or a proper saz
or we just don't know these guys.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. So we just asked our friends who have the closest kind of instrument to those, and they turned out to be all in Irish punk rock bands. I mean, like you have a Greek Greek bouzouki, you have Irish bouzouki for some reason. So we asked for one, like from an Irish folk band. The mandolin, the what was the other instrument?
We also had baglama. That is
Yeah,
actually our instrument that we bought in Istanbul on.
I guess it's properly called jurabalama. Yeah, okay. It's not baglama.
I'm just reading the commands. So what I wanted to say, like for this particular song, what's for? I've got to give credits to our sound producer Max Morton, who actually recorded all these acoustic guitars and folk
Yeah.
instruments. So in this song, he's the one to play the instrumental part, and another like huge gratitude to him to work on the entire album, because like we enjoyed like we always enjoy working with him, and we've been working with him since our very first record, but like on this record he even outcame himself, like in my opinion.
And he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
cheers to Max.
I actually uh, for me personally, this album was a bit harder because we had smaller time frame. Max Morton has more projects, more customers to work with, and I just didn't come to the studio to record keyboards like I did for the previous album and did everything at home. So I really missed the process of working with him. I don't know. It's like it's somehow magical. Uh, I don't know in some way.
So there is a question here. I hear once more double vocals, which works perfect. Did you ever think having a local ad hoc background singer on stage to cover the doubled or chord parts? You know, like we cannot even bring our sound engineer like to the
Yeah,
shows yet, just because like we're not at the stage of being able to bring someone extra
yeah,
yet.
and
So we're using playbacks for this reason. So if you come to our show, you will still hear the double vocals, and believe me, a lot of bands do the same. So you will just hear my backing vocals from the studio version singing along with me.
yeah, and being like a main tech guy from the band, I would say that no, probably that wouldn't happen anytime soon because the simpler things are built on stage, the better.
Yeah,
Because
so like we're always trying to simplify our setup on stage, because like at this point we don't have like proper time for sound checks like normally. Sometimes we do, but like on tours where everything is packed, so it's not possible. And the less people we have on stage, the easier it is for us and for the bands that we tour with.
why
Yeah.
are you called Ignea? Mr. LJ Bailey asks us.
Oh,
I
fire.
yeah. I think everyone can read the translation from Leiden by now. It's like I don't know Igneos, but
Yeah,
in
it means
feminine, like
flaming or
she's on
fire.
fire.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
Igne.
literally. I don't know. You can call like lots of bands are like built around the vocalists, and everyone call the vocalist the name of the band. So like I don't know a proper example from probably Tarja. Tarja is actually a band. She has musicians, but you always call Tarja like solely Tarja Turunen.
Yeah, but
In
I
Ukraine,
think
you
that
called Anuka a one girl, but Anuka actually three people.
yeah,
Is three or
maybe,
four
but
people.
I never thought of myself as Igne. So I mean, it's really the name
Yeah,
of the band, and we started as Parallax a very long time ago, and there were too many bands called Parallax, and we just it was the time to transition to another name, and I don't remember how we came up with it, but it just fit. And what I can say is that it was just a matter of time until we did an album about fire. So
Yeah.
this album just fits our title perfectly.
Oh, look, in Italian, it means absolutely the same.
Yeah. So Latin, Spanish, I guess, Italian, like it's similar.
Yeah. So if you have genre,
I thought you were starting
genders. If you have genders,
genders.
if you have the genders in your language, I guess it would be much easier than in English. For example, in Ukrainian it's vogняна, in Russian it's огняна, in the German it would be die Feuerlich, right? Right.
Vielleicht. I don't know.
Vielleicht.
Yeah.
Die vielleicht.
Vielleicht is maybe.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Oh, language learner.
Probably.
Probably. Can you answer regarding the Middle East influence? Because there were a couple of questions actually about this.
Yes. I guess there was a couple of answers. I just like that music. It's not European, it's not Western, it's not minor and major scale, and it's just interesting. And
we don't have any people from Middle East in our band.
Yeah, nobody.
Although when we come to Turkey, everyone thinks that he's a Turkish guy because, come on, look at him.
I'm probably know just a few words in Turkish. Why? Like durum.
Yeah. Kebab.
Kebab.
Okay. Is this
Balık ekmek? Oh yeah. Ayran.
I mean, you just said the menu in a Turkish restaurant, like street food. That's
Yeah. Why not?
That's everything that you should know to write Middle Eastern metal. That's it. So what are the questions? Any other questions?
Let's go forward just for now,
Let's
and
go
then
forward.
we will
So-
have just a bit of Q&A. I guess.
Yes. So another 3 songs. Uitokune, which is a Faroese version, Faroese language song cover. I just started.
The what? Oh,
Okay,
Excuse my
Uitokune,
memory.
Too Late to Be Born, and What For. These 3 songs are the second chapter of the album of the stories. And again, we have fire and death, because a person committed suicide by stepping into the fire, the realms of fire and death.
and voila.
Et voila! Yeah, and the final, the most beloved chapter of probably everyone, because already a couple of reviewers said that this chapter is the strongest on the album, and maybe we can agree with it, maybe. The first song is Gods of Fire, and this is the song where people
Oh, sorry.
it is the song where people all over the world were praying to the gods to bring them fire and the knowledge of fire, of the flame, to make them warm, to keep them safe from the enemies, blah 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 blah. So
I just want to keep myself warm.
without fire.
Yeah.
So these are actually the beanies that came.
Beanies?
Beanies.
Oh my god.
You can purchase this one in our store, just in case Evgeny drops the link to our store right away.
Let me do it Slav
He just
way.
has a huge head, I must say. Yes.
It's
What?
it works the other way around. Let me do it the Slav way, like
The
that.
product
Yeah.
placement, right?
Let's go. The what do you want? Vinyls. Website.
No,
A
you want
nerd.
to link, yes, to the...
Link dropper.
Link Slammer.
Link
Someone called
Slammer.
you this way.
Yeah.
So, gods of fire. Just people praying in different parts of the world to different gods of fire. Very serious topic. Why did you drop it? Just put it on.
Gods of fire, blah blah.
Yeah, so we just picked. I just picked different gods, and it was kind of complicated because obviously there are a lot of mythologies, a lot of religions all over the world, and I picked just all the names that I liked, regardless of the religions or beliefs, because I just was looking at the words and how they sound, and also I needed to make sure I could pronounce them like in the song. And yeah, I just wrote the song, and actually I wrote another version, and it had more lyrics. And then Evgeny told me that it
No,
yes.
that was about Jin Slammer. In Gods
No,
of
no, no.
Fire, you wrote a huge lot
Can you
of
please?
lyrics and you couldn't even
Ah,
growl
yes.
them.
So, my bad. I just wrote a lot of lyrics because there were many gods and I wanted to mention them all. And I had a lot of things like to mention about people praying to these gods. And I really love this version of lyrics. And then I started putting down the demos, and there was just no space for me to breathe in the air. Like, absolutely no. I would just do it like in one take. So it was not possible. I was almost crying because I really loved the lyrics. But all in all, I made a revision and I did something else. And I
All in
like.
all, you have a new piece of content for Patreon.
Yes, I will actually post another version like of these lyrics that were not used in the end for patrons. Yeah, so a pretty straightforward song, which marks the third chapter of the album. And can you tell about music?
The music was written 12 years ago, literally.
Yes.
This was the first song from this album. I don't know how did it end up in it, but um, well, it's really, really old.
And I actually heard the keyboard solo from this album, I guess even on the day when we met.
Probably,
Because,
yeah.
like, he was just, I don't know, playing all the solos he had to me that day, I guess. He was trying to impress me. So, yes. And a lot of other songs that we don't play. In any case, can you please?
I'm just trying to remember how was it called back then.
I don't know. It's maybe somewhere on the old hard drive or something like
The
that.
Ingolgard Extreme, it was called. Release
That is
the
another
Ingolgard
story.
Extreme.
Actually, the Ingolgard Extreme is the name of the event agency we wanted to start back then to
Yeah,
do
and we failed
metal
so
concerts. We failed.
so ungraciously, yeah.
Yeah, we just didn't know anything about this business, and it even wasn't supposed to be a business. It was just, you know, for fun. In any case, we even had a Facebook page that had 3 likes or something like that. We even did have a logo. Yeah. In any case, this song is very old, but it just had a bit of arrangements and improvements and polishments. And this is how
you're starting to speak like my YouTube feed. I mean, Rabia Massad, polishment. No, he actually doesn't say that, but
but he could, right?
yeah.
Okay. So, an old song, I love it very much. This is actually one of my favorite songs on the album. This is very straightforward, very typical metal, I think. But if you haven't heard it, make sure to hear it because it has a thrash metal solo at the end. And this solo was also written and performed by Max Morton,
Yeah.
our sound producer. But but I
But
don't.
live,
But live, it will
it's
be everything will be different.
different. Yeah.
Absolutely everything.
So you will have to come to the shows. Yeah. Live, it's different.
In 2030.
No, 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 no. Okay, Disenchantment. Oh, ha! It's just your writing. I just can't read it.
It's just even when you submitted our songs, you were trying to make another how to say it, another order of the songs, although it was very important to have that order because I had the tales written for that.
Yeah, okay. Jin Slammer.
There is a question. Gods of Fire received a great response. I think it is the most streamed at the moment. Why do you think this happened? It's not the most streamed.
It's third.
It's third. The most streamed right now is Disenchantment because it was released earlier and we had a video. Then we had Jin Slammer and then Gods of Fire. Why? Because these songs, Jin Slammer and Gods of Fire, were picked by Spotify editorial. So
yeah.
And also, and by the way, Jin Slammer got into 3 editorial playlists by Spotify, which is very, very cool. And
by the moment, Jin Slammer had 30 something thousand,
40,000,
40 something thousand streams on Spotify. Apple Music sent me an email saying like, "Hey, you have 100 streams."
Yeah, so like our
Thank you,
our
Apple.
audience is not on Apple Music.
Yeah.
For some reasons. So blah 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 blah. Next song. So Gods of Fire. Gods of Fire ended, and the Gods of Fire obviously gave us flame and fire and
warmth
and warmth, and of course people. Typical humans, they started using this flame and fire in a different way than it was supposed to, and they just started killing each other using fire. And Jin Slammer is actually a song about a revolution using fire. It's very, it's sung on behalf of the revolutionary leader who just, I don't know, who encourages people to do this revolution. It's like in the chorus there is strike a match, let's make it bright. So everything is very, very simple. It's a very dynamic song on the album. I love it very much. We also did a music video for it, and it's going to be released somewhere in May, I hope. If we haven't seen it yet. So
I think it doesn't exist just yet.
Yes, maybe. So in any case, we filmed it at the same week as Disenchantment. It was filmed in a very interesting, at a very different, oh my god, at a very interesting location in Kiev, at a historic location, and we will tell more once it's released. And the thing is, in the story, the thing is that the leader of the revolution actually worked for the government or for the gods, because actually in the story you don't understand who is the boss and whom people were fighting against. In any case, the people who did the revolution, they died, and the gods or the government and the leader, they stayed alive. So Jin Slammer is the word that this guy came up with, and I just had to incorporate yes? Yes. And I just had to incorporate it to the story because like for some time it was a working name.
Yeah, it was just a working title of the demo file.
It was so good that we had to leave it.
Yeah, just by the name you can guess it's gonna be a hit. I mean, actually, it wasn't laying around that long because it's the last song that was actually written for the album because it was after Disenchantment. Yeah, so that's the latest song, but not the last one.
Yeah, we like it very much. Like when we practice, when we practiced,
Yeah.
when we rehearsed before the pandemic and before the lockdown, it's like this song will be very cool live once we hit the stage somewhere.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
and interestingly enough, although it's kind of hard to play, we just nailed it because everyone in the band loves it.
Yeah, and we also played it 60 times when we filmed this video. So
Yeah, but we
we
didn't
are
hear ourselves.
what?
We didn't hear ourselves.
Yeah, but still we played it a lot
Yeah.
already. So yeah. Do you have anything else to say about Jin Slammer?
Nope.
Nope. So the next song and the final like main song on the album is Disenchantment, and you have probably already seen the video on our channel. If not, make sure to do it. So Disenchantment is the song about gods of fire. What's happening?
I need 40 seconds.
I don't know what's happening, but in any case, Disenchantment is the song where gods of fire are disenchanted in the humankind because they didn't use the fire and the flame as they were supposed to, because they substituted fire with electricity and the lamps, and they are all artificial. And in the song, the gods of fire, they just say that they will be far away when people will die because of killing each other and because of wars, because of the cold and all the things. So apocalypse and gods of fire and something like that. And this is my also one of the most favorite songs on the album. I think that it's really epic, and I love the idea like of thinking on behalf of the gods, because like people are usually thinking only about themselves, and what about like the big guys who were actually giving everyone the fire and trying to help. And really humans are people who really know how to fuck up things. That's all I can say about the gods of fire.
Gods of fire. Why
Gods
are
of
we
fire,
rolling them?
disenchantment.
Yeah, okay. Disenchantment.
Disenchantment. So
I'm back, baby.
yes. Do you guys have your own favorite songs from the album?
I guess everyone has.
What's yours?
Czarne Polumia and Disenchantment. Oh, no, Jin Slammer. I wanted to say Jin Slammer. Whew. Yeah.
So for me, it was different in different periods of time, because
It's
like
all your writing. It's I just can't.
just don't look at it. Come on. Because like first of all, there was Queen Dies, and I loved it a lot. I wanted to play it all the time. Then we had Chorna Polumia, and it was like the freaking best song for me ever. I even did a tattoo. Come on. Then I don't know. Then we started like Disenchantment was probably like one of my best ever songs, and I even did the vocal parts for this song, which is rare because usually Evgeny writes everything. And Jin Slammer and Gods of Fire. I don't know. It's really hard for me to choose. Yeah.
So, which one you didn't like then?
Didn't like.
You didn't mention only what for.
No, I didn't mention like the middle of the album, but it's really It's really complicated because, as said, for some time I laughed out of my head a lot, but because it
Oh
just,
yeah, I can remember
I
that.
don't know, I wanted to make a video for it instead of Jin Slammer, but it was a very short love. I still love it, but not like, no passion. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
I guess we can hang out now.
yes, and this is actually, this was the third part of the album, and again we have fire and lots of death. So the thing is, like, this album, The Realms of Fire and Death, has three parts, and each part has its own story, but still they're all about fire and death. And again, for those who joined us later, there is a book of short stories
Accompanying.
accompanying the album. Yeah, so it's already printed. Finally, we received it today, and it also incorporates the lyrics. And
Look, that's me. No.
and these stories will also be in the booklet of the vinyl, the limited edition vinyl, which is already sold out. I'm sorry. So
I think the first pressing is sold out, but
no, no, no. The limited edition.
No. There won't be any golden vinyls
So
anymore.
for this album, for the first time in the history of Ignea, we did the album on CDs, on cassettes, these old cassettes.
Yeah, you need a pencil to rewind them.
Yes, and on vinyl. And we did two versions of the vinyl, the golden marble limited edition vinyl that has the booklet with the tales inside of the vinyl. But this vinyl was sold out within a week since we started the pre-order. But we still have the black edition of the vinyl. It doesn't contain the booklet, but it's it's still a vinyl. It's still the first pressing of the first Ignea vinyls ever. Can you please drop a link to the vinyl?
Yeah, I'm a Link Slammer. I think, and I'm the joke slammer. I guess someone should also commend the soup slammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Do you remember? Maybe someone remembers my T-shirt, my custom T-shirt. I often wore it on stage. It says something in Ukrainian. It actually says like Igneos. So it's like Igna, but the man part, not
Igneos,
like
yeah.
Igneos in Ukrainian. Yeah, in Ukrainian. And I had an idea to make like a whole bunch of them in this phone, like with the same idea, with all sorts of jokes for touring, because we didn't have stage outfits at those tours, because we do have them now. Nobody saw them. Um, and I would just wear another phrase each day, like Vohnyany, or especially, I remember my favorite phrase for Portugal. It would say Loadinho, like a football guy name, like who was that? Ronaldinho, I guess. They have
I guess
lots
that
of
people will leave this stream right now if you say Ronaldinho once more.
It would say loadinho, because I have to do the loading, like. But now I have a different idea, like make it all slam, make it all slam, like joke slammer. I don't know.
Jokes, Link Slammer.
Link Slammer, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, so what I wanted to tell is that the vinyls, we are producing vinyls with our partners, which is why they are not on our website, not in our store, but in the store of the partners, and we dropped the link in comments. So Please don't ask us when the vinyls will be, because they are there and you can still grab them.
Not all of them.
Not
Only
all of
black.
them, but
By
the
now.
black edition, the first pressing, is still over there. Blah blah blah. What I also wanted to say that I know that lots of you guys did the pre-order of merch, and we're super grateful for that, because like you saved our lives with this album.
Speak.
Speak. So yeah, I also wanted to say that you probably seen it, that because of the fucking coronavirus and all the areas it's affecting, like we have huge delays in the production of our merch, namely in CDs and vinyls. But I can say that today we actually have the rest of the merch on our hands.
Yeah.
So, just to give you a hint, so you already see this wonderful piece of art, the beanie, and we already have the patches. They are already here. Oh my god. We already have the hoodies, and this is the first time we're producing hoodies. So, this is the front of the hoodie, and this is the back of the hoodie. They are really, really very cool.
Yeah, lots of details, but you probably won't see them on the
Yeah, so this is the cover of the album, but in white. Then we've got, oh my god, the most popular t-shirt in our store.
Yeah.
With the album cover. So
only a couple of L size left.
Yeah, so
from
actually
200.
even during the pre-order, a lot of t-shirts are already gone. So if you were thinking of grabbing one, then make sure to. For the first time, we've made a non-black t-shirt with the album cover as well. It's a gray one. And also another print, which is called the Sigils. This one. This is actually also very nice. And the book.
Yeah.
It's already here.
And also the CDs and the vinyls, everything you can purchase
like
on the website.
This stuff is already in our place, and once we receive a couple of printed materials like stickers and everything, this week, it will be on Friday. That means that on Saturday we will already ship a lot of orders that don't contain CDs, unfortunately. Can you please drop the link to our store once again? Thank you. So the problem with
Link Slammer.
By the way, there is a question. I wanted to buy an M Black. Are they going to be back in stock? So they should be in stock, but the thing is they may be in a bundle. So we will review our stock.
Yeah, I
tonight.
will check that.
So just check our store tomorrow. I'm sure that there will be a black M over there. Just because, like, we have a limited number of t-shirts, and some of them go into a bundle, which is a package that you can buy together, a CD with a t-shirt, and it goes with a discount. So yeah, right at the moment we actually have all sizes of all merch available, but as said, it will be getting out of stock.
Yeah, of the new merch.
We
have a couple of leftovers from old merch lines,
but it's like
two
or three
t-shirts, and when they're gone, they're gone. Yeah. So, and there was a question about more merch planned. I think we will throw in just a little bit of more merch once we will have a cost, so maybe a tour finally.
So we'll see, because like at the moment, what I didn't say about the CDs is that we had a delay in production of the CDs, and then we received the CDs and they were defective, so they didn't print these CDs in a right way, and they look not good, so you don't see all the art, all the beautiful art that Maria did for us. That's why we need to reprint them, and that's why it will take us about 2 more weeks
Yeah.
to do it, just because like we cannot ship these cities.
Yeah, we have them actually,
Yeah,
but
we have the cities,
they
but
just
like
suck.
yes, but still, we thought that we would leave these cities and maybe we will, I don't know, we will do something fun with them
Yeah,
later
we'll
on.
come up with something.
Yes. So yeah, at the moment everything is available in our store, and there are some delays, but still we will start shipping this week, and the vinyls are also in production. And we've created a special status page on our website, where you can read like everything about all the merch, what is in production, what is already ready. Uh, what
Any chance of Igna face mask?
I speaking?
You just have to do that.
What? I will smash my face right now. Just one moment.
Yeah, so is it possible for collectors to get the misprints? As we have said earlier, I think we will come up with something about the misprints, uh, because that is not a proper release, but we don't want to lose it to history. So
Hello, I'm back.
yeah.
So there was a question about the masks, and the thing is, I did. I guess I will put it down. No, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So we did these masks for our top tier patrons. Actually, just right when the pandemic started, I just did it. We printed them the same week and we shipped them. Um, because I thought it would be a cool custom item, for the people who are supporting us so much. Um, but nobody thought that the pandemic would be so long. I
Yeah.
mean, so maybe we will bring the masks to our store as well, maybe with a bit different design. But the problem is now is that as far as I know, you're not allowed to ship masks to other countries, just because, like in the countries where people live, everywhere is the shortage of masks, so it can be the problem. Oh, there is someone got the mask today.
Yeah,
I'm
and
very
it
good.
took like almost a month to get there
I guess, yeah.
because the post is really slow. So
Yes. So, and it drives us crazy because, like, we have all this merch to ship and also merch that is delayed, and the postal services work horribly, but still, like, what we can say, if you want to grab your size of merch that you want, and if you want your order um, to be done in the first place, then it's better to pre-order, just because at the moment we have almost 400 orders. So I mean, once we get to them, there will be a lot of coffee drunk by us.
Red Bull,
No coffee.
Red Bull,
Red Bull.
Red Bull.
So there was actually a question about this one, the book. If it is different from the booklet of the CD, yes, it is different, because the booklet of the CD, it has a similar art, but it only has the lyrics of the songs. And this small book, it's almost like a lyric book, but it has short tales inside, and these tales are only in this book and will be in the golden marble vinyl. That's it. Um, is it possible for collectors to get the misprints?
I already said that. Yes.
Yes, but a bit later, just because we need to get the proper versions first. Uh, which one was more defective, the hard drive and Disenchantment, or those CDs? The hard drive. Because if you put this CD to play, it is still working.
Yeah.
So the printed stuff is a bit different than it was expected. Blum blum. Coffee, coffee.
Um, Chewing gum juice. I love
So
that.
what about else? What about else? So I wanted to say once more about our Patreon. So if you don't know, it's a cool platform where we just post some exclusive
I'm
stuff.
link slamming.
Link slamming.
Dish.
Yes. It's a platform where we post a lot of things like Ignea backstage stuff. For example, photos from shooting Disenchantment and Jin Slammer videos. Some, for example, we're going to post our playbacks that we use at the shows and in the initial version of Gods of Fire. We have published a lot of unreleased things over there. I also incorporate some of my stuff there, like poems and music and videos, stories, podcasts, like everything. And we post there every week, and all the patrons have access to our closed Facebook group. And they're the ones to know everything first. So yeah, if it is something that interests you, then you can join us. It's like a monthly subscription that starts with $1. You can just choose the level or the plan that you want, and it has different advantages in it. And you can, it's also like a form of donation to our band or something like that. So it's up to you how you consider it. But in any case, you can unsubscribe at any moment. So you can just check it out for 1 month and then drop it. So check it out. Um, Pink t-shirts for Pink Slammer.
Pinky slammer.
Pinky Slammer. Any chance you'd visit Czech Republic next year? Next year, maybe, because today I heard the Czech Republic was going to close all the borders until the end of 2020. So, yes,
Sure.
yes. So, any case, what if earlier it was complicated for us to reply to questions regarding our touring, now I don't know, like
Will you
the God,
play in Kiev?
like the gods of Corona know the answer. That's it, because we can say that we had the entire tour booked for July and August. It's not going to happen. We were planning to do another tour in autumn. Maybe it happens. We don't know, because come on, a lot of festivals are banned and cancelled until the end of summer. And recently, Germany even cancelled Oktoberfest, which is like a huge event in October. So I mean, that is also.
I think that is synonymical to like Germans cancelled themselves. Like
I just must say that it indicates that maybe there will be no shows until the end of this year, which is for us, it's crazy because we released an album and we cannot tour with it. So I don't know. What's more terrible for us is that this year we were supposed to appear at only several festivals, and all the festivals are cancelled, and all the lineups from this year are moved to the next year, which means that next year we're also not fitting into lots of festivals. Bad karma. We should we should
uh,
change the name of our band again. From Ignea to Bad Karma. That's us.
I think the problem would be like with the parallax name, because I think Bad Karma is
Quite
quite
popular, yes.
quite a good idea for a band name. So can we go to the Netherlands, the Israel, to and we can physically go almost everywhere in the world, I guess. But that doesn't depend on us.
We cannot because, like, at the moment, Ukrainian borders are closed.
I'm not talking about now. Now we can't play even in our own rehearsal space because it's
Yes.
closed.
By the way, we haven't seen the rest of the band members
Except the
since
bass player.
except the bass players since the pandemic started. But once we have these bloody CDs in quality, we will gather to sign them for you. By the way, another two reasons to purchase the CDs right now is because uh, even if you cannot have them right away, you can request us to give you the download link, and we actually, like, on request, we can send you the lossless files of the album.
Yeah, so Wave, Flag, and actually I've added the MP3 version
Great.
for some of the folks.
Great. And also, you can request us to sign the CDs. All you need is just you can drop us an email, specify your order number, and we will sign them.
Yeah, or you can send us your order number with the CD or vinyl from the Rock merch shop, and we will send you the lossless files so you can enjoy it in
Yeah, so
quality.
if you purchased vinyls, then also please write us. We will send you the download of the album. Can you please drop the link again to our store? Thank you. Yes, please.
Our store.
Um,
Turkey, Ankara.
Turkey would be great. We
Yeah.
love Istanbul. We were not in Ankara still, but Istanbul is one of our favorite cities. Yevgeny is crying all the time that he is not going there to eat any durum and balık ekmek. So once we're invited to play in Turkey, we will be packing our stuff. Don't cry, please. Don't cry. Um, Finland is the land of metal bands. I must say that Finland is and Helsinki is our top country on Spotify. Still, like, Helsinki is the top city, and Finland is on the third place after United States and Germany for us on Spotify. So Finland, we're waiting to come to you a lot. So please spread a word about us even more so that the promoters don't have a choice but to bring us.
Kiitos.
um,
Jin Slammer.
So there is a comment, great idea, but for me personally, I only like signed versions if it's done live after the show. Yes.
Likewise, yeah.
But you can understand that we don't know when the live shows will be possible again.
And also, one should understand that lots of people who request signed CDs are from the US, for example, or Australia, or other parts of the world we can't come to play there just now. So they're like having a chance to have something more personal, more special from us that way.
Yeah, and we can also sign the books. Some people ask us to sign the t-shirts, so it's all over the place. So it just depends on the person. What else can we say? I had a plan. I need to check out the plan.
Do you all enjoy meeting with fans when the show is over?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and we always do it. Like, there was no exception for us. The only thing what I don't like is that, like, when we are meeting with fans, like, usually there is another band playing after, and it's just very loud at the venue and, near the merch table. And what I don't like is that I have to yell to talk to the listeners and to the visitors of the shows, and then my voice is slowly dying by the third show or something like that. So I made up a decision that on the next tour we will still be out, we will still be communicating, but I will be like standing and smiling. So if you come to one of the next shows and you want to speak with us, you will speak to the guys, and if you want to speak to me, we will have to go out of the club because I don't want my voice to be down.
Is it too late to ask for a signed CD? No.
No,
No.
just write us. We still have a couple of weeks, so if you ordered a CD and you want it signed, please simply write to us, write the number of your order, and we will do it.
Yeah, no problem at all.
How would you feel about other bands covering your songs? Positive?
Why not?
Why not?
We cover songs,
Yes.
someone covers our songs. It's um, the whole industry of music and the whole culture of music is making something after hearing something else. So
Yeah, I guess that it will be very interesting to hear someone's
oh
cover.
yeah, especially if it was not metal, like
It's your preference. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, do a cover in a completely different genre. It would be so interesting because I just can't come up with anything.
Do you have more male or female fans? It's like 90% male, and that is why we actually don't make girly merch just yet, because it's not reasonable. But we've got great girls listening to our music.
Okay, I have ordered the gold album. When you sign it for me? Unfortunately, no, because it's all the vinyls are being shipped from a different country at all,
Yeah,
and
because of the customs and because of lots of
yeah,
things.
you just can't make them in Ukraine, so we won't even touch them. We won't even see all of them. We will receive our 2 copies, and that's all. So unfortunately, it is the case with the vinyls that you will probably will have to wait for a live show or something like that because
But it's only with vinyls, so we
yeah.
can sign anything else because everything else is shipped by us from our store. So, but it was a sacrifice we had to make because in the end we finally did vinyls. So, yeah.
Igna, do you know some Polish bands? Have you ever played in Poland? Greetings from your West Slavic friends. Cześć, you actually just listened to a Polish band while making up. Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
it was
Unsun.
Unsun. Yeah, Unsun.
I'm very sad that they no longer exist. They were very good.
Yeah,
We played in Poland once
once
at a
small festival.
rock and rolls festival
Yeah, in
in
Kutno near
in
Lodz.
Kutno, yeah.
Uh,
And that's it
yeah,
actually. And for some reason, like Poland, for us so far, I don't know, spread a word about us.
yeah.
Because like we're very close. For us, it's just jump into the van and drive to you. So
Not necessarily a van. Yeah, it's
van, plane, just
we can do that, but nobody asks us to come to
yeah.
Poland
So
just
Poland,
yet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Will the CD be available at record stores? So, actually, like we signed a deal with Cadabra Music, who will be our physical distributors, and they will make a special edition of the CD that will be out on July 3rd. And in summer after July 3rd, it will be available at some record stores in the UK, France, Netherlands, and Luxembourg.
And Belgium.
So, like it will be, but we're only starting, to work with physical distribution. Maybe there will be also an opportunity to purchase CDs in some online stores, but like we're working on it. But so far, like you can purchase the album in our store. Would you play songs that could be written for your band? Oh, I cannot imagine this case.
Why?
I don't know.
Why
because
not?
because like you're writing everything.
So what? I don't know if it strikes you. Actually, well, I mean, doing a cover is practically the same thing, but this song just has to strike you. So usually,
So I can say that we are not against it, but I mean we don't we are not searching for music on purpose, like for
Yeah.
us, because Evgeny is writing. But if someone offers us, we can try it out. So something like that. We just didn't think about it even
But
because
one has to understand that that works exactly like covers. So with 99% of probability, that song would not strike us that well, actually, as our own songs that. Well, I'm speaking about myself, actually.
But
So.
it's the same, for example, with the lyrics, because I write most of the lyrics, and sometimes people ask if they can submit the lyrics. But, like, for example, with this concept album, I had to, make everything connected. So I just, it was also complicated to feed the cover into this album.
Yeah.
Mm.
Polish bands. Polskie kapely.
I saw the pre-order page from Kadabra, but they have a minimum amount of €10 and you can pay more. If I pay more, does that money go to you? So the thing is, like, we receive a percentage, but actually I don't know how it would work in this case. So maybe it would be reasonable if you just pay €10, like if you want this edition, and if you want to give something extra directly to the band, then it would be better to either join our Patreon, because it works as a donation page for us, or just purchase something in our store, because I'm not sure that we will receive the proper percentage from this amount.
Yeah, but if you just buy it as it is,
yeah,
we will
so
for sure.
we will receive something. Help, please read my comment. Which one? Maybe it was somewhere, like on the top, but I didn't see another one.
One moment, I'm gonna find it.
I cannot see it. Maybe it was.
Oh, I guess you have already read it, like, with your voice. Help, please read my command. That was it. I'm just joking.
Okay. I guess we should scroll down. So can you please
repeat your command, please? Yeah.
You should scroll it down or not.
That's the end.
Okay. Who are your favorite bands at the moment? What are your favorite albums, metal or otherwise? I guess otherwise fits better to us, because like we're listening to a lot of different music. So for me, tell for you. What do you think?
I always change my favorite albums.
And like
I mean, the number one album would be starting from 2006, and it doesn't change since then. It's Amorphis Eclipse. It's like the album that defined me, I guess. But all the other albums are changing constantly. I guess lately it would be Acrecoke. I don't know how to spell it. Acrecoke last album, and probably the works of American movie composer from the 50s, Miklos Roja. No, I mean the name is obviously Hungarian, but he was an American composer. Yeah, so it all differs like all the time.
For me, I even don't know, because lately I was so occupied with all our album release that I guess for the last month I wasn't listening to other music at all.
Except on some.
It was one time now.
Like 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago, but still, I cannot say that they are like my favorite band or something. It's really hard.
Let's go forward. Quick heads up, just signed up as a patron. Thank you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. And the welcome message invites you to check Luna from Sidonia.
Okay, I will check it out because initially when I started Patreon, it was like my personal Patreon for just a couple of weeks or something like that, and it was called Luna from Sidonia, and I will check out the welcome message. Thank you for letting me know.
Hey, Kurt Coke. Yeah. Do you use orchestral sample libraries? If yes, which ones?
That is a great question.
Yeah. I just got my new SSD for them today because I didn't have any place for orchestral libraries on my laptop.
Because his laptop has 150 gigabyte
20
and 20 gigabyte of
it's like
hard
this
drive.
the smallest, the worst MacBook Pro from back from 2015. It's perfectly good, but the amount of SSD is so small. On the album, on both on the album, on the last album, there's not much samples, so there are some orchestral samples, but just as the previous album, the Sign of Faith, they are all voiced, almost all voiced by Max Morton with his huge and old and super expensive East-West Quantum Leap something orchestra platinum edition. It's like on 11 DVDs. It's way back then when DVD was a thing, but it still sounds, as you can hear, great. And two songs on the previous album, and I guess the half of the following album will be using all sorts of different libraries, starting from Spitfire Audio, from LA Strings, I don't know, lots of them, by our friend from Odessa, from a Ukrainian city, who happened to play in a band called XS Dreams. I don't think you will find it, but he did the orchestration voicing from MIDI files, from my MIDI files, for How I Hate the Night, and he wrote and orchestrated the Sputnik symphonic version. Those are completely different plugins, and he's like a big mastermind of symphonic plugins and samples. Yeah. So, but mostly it's East-West Quantum Leap Platinum. Yeah.
I don't know to which question to reply.
How old are you?
We are 28. And
like 14 for you, 14 for me?
Then our bass player is 26, as far as I remember. The guitarist is 25.
I have no idea.
And the drummer is 24, but this is if I remember properly, but they are younger. Yes.
Which song of the album has the dragon or the fantasy creature? Haha. All of them, because the whole album is fantasy.
I guess that if you think of the demon as the creature, then Queen dies, like the
fantasy creature. So the Queen herself is not a creature.
She has a demon.
We all have our small demons, dearie.
Let's go to the next question.
Okay. Okay, this one is in Spanish. How do you feel about Ghost and their tongue-in-cheek approach to metal?
I don't know what tongue-in-cheek is, but Ghost, we saw Ghost on Hellfest a very long time ago.
Yeah, it was lots of fun.
It was very cool because they performed like when it was already dark, and they had fireworks, and they had lots of slutty nuns pouring some wine to the first row of in the audience.
And giving out branded condoms.
Yes, and they also
Merch.
had a choir of children that they gathered from the festival. It was a very cool performance. I just, you know, I guess that Ghost is also one of the bands that, like true metalheads, they don't accept it, and we cannot call ourselves true metalheads because even if you listen to Ignea, we never had an old school sound.
We already had the Gods of Fire.
It's not an old school sound.
Yeah.
I mean, we only had a thrash metal solo at the end, and that's it. But I mean, like we're mixing a lot of genres. So and Ghost is a good product, and they are just doing it right. I cannot name myself a fan, but I just understand why they became so popular.
Tongue in cheek means that they do not take themselves seriously.
I think that they do take themselves seriously.
Actually, yeah.
I mean, they are very how to I don't know how to explain because there are bands that can play something as a joke. They don't believe that they're a
I
joke.
would say that Behemoth is more of a joke, like unserious stuff going on.
Maybe
Guys,
not for fun.
guys are having fun with the style, but not Ghost. Ghosts are really all about that, actually. Yeah, as far as I know.
Have we reached a point where you missed the question?
What?
Have we reached a point where you can no longer tell the difference between orchestral samples and the real orchestra?
Uh, yes, I did this exactly today while listening to the demo of Spitfire Audio BBC Orchestra Sampling Library. It weighs like 8 terabytes, so what's a Conifex? Seriously, dude, you're from the UK. I thought English language is invented there.
But actually, we received a lot of certain questions. It's like I don't even know
from the UK.
So
okay.
You also don't know a lot of old Ukrainian words.
Yeah,
so
I already know them thanks to
Carnifex is the person who kills everyone after the queen or the king orders to do so. I don't know how to tell it like in
there's a proper modern word for it, but I just forgot it. Yeah. Woo! That's a lot of.
How do you guys feel about Ginger? Of course, no stream, no talk with a Ukrainian band goes without Ginger. They are a famous Ukrainian band. We have the same sound producer, but we were first to record everything with them. They have a great career. It's their path. That's it.
We just said hello twice in our lives, and that's all. Yeah, so
we performed a couple of times together, but I mean, we have nothing in common with Ginger except for the sound producer and the country of origin. That's it. So.
Yeah. You mentioned that you are already writing for the next album. Do you think it will be a continuation of the fire theme of something completely different? We don't know just yet, but
I don't know, but what I can say that I think that we will make another concept album. I just love doing it. So even if no one reads the tales, even if no one understands what it is about, it just brings me a lot of fun, like as a process. And Evgeny already started putting down some music, so we'll see where it goes. But with all this pandemic, I just know that we should do it a bit faster because like people will just forget about us in a year of no touring, of releasing no music. So we will be working on it, but for now, let us enjoy the moment of the release of the new album.
So yeah, Carnifex is an executioner.
Executioner.
Yeah.
Executioner.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah. Poppy.
Have you guys heard the new Nightwish album? I didn't. I just heard one song. But so far, there were so many comments that our album is better than the album of Nightwish that I don't have any expectations. But like my favorite Nightwish albums are Dark Passion Play and Imaginarium. So I'm like an outsider in this question. I even didn't like the previous album. So just not a fan, but it's my personal taste. But from Dark Passion Play and Imaginarium, I know literally all the songs. By the way, I played them a couple of days ago. I just remember everything, and that's it. And it includes not only lyrics, but also music and some orchestral parts. It just stuck in my head forever. And by the way, on Patreon, there is somewhere my version of Turn Loose the Mermaids, I believe, where I play the guitar and sing this song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys, any interest in coming back to play in Portugal again? You were one of my surprises last year at Vagos Metal Fest. We'd love to come back because
Yeah.
this was one of our favorite festivals ever. And also, we have a certain connection with Portugal as a band because, for example, of all the Metal Hammer editions, only Metal Hammer Portugal always covers what we do. Vagos was a great festival, and also, for example, Cadabra Music, who are our physical distribution partners, they are also from Portugal. So I think that we have to wait a couple of more years to come back to Vagos just because we were there just last year. But I know that there are a couple of more festivals in Portugal, so maybe we will be able to come.
Yeah.
Um,
How do you set up your synth on stage? Is the keyboard only MIDI controller connected to a synth, or does it have its own sound engine? It's a really cheap, really bad Chinese MIDI keyboard.
it's
Uh,
less than $100, so
no, it's a bit more, but yeah, the flight case for it is really more expensive than the keyboard itself. All the sounds are in my laptop in Logic Pro X. Everything is automated, so I don't make any changes. Everything is done for me. I only play, press the nose. I mean, and I have two of those keyboards. They are cheap, they are bad, but they do the thing, and they're really primitive in terms of technology. So I just can take it to anyone who has a solder and to fix it. So that's a good choice for a young metalhead, I guess. And actually, that's better than any of multi-$1,000 super mega keyboards on the market for me.
where I'm at, Carnifex would mean a judge as well. I mean, he does justice, so.
Yeah. At first, I thought you guys were talking about the band Carnifex. We can, but no, we can't. It's all about us. Monster from Warhammer.
So, I mean, I guess we should make a song Carnifex or about Carnifex. It's already,
We can make a song that would rhyme with it, like corn effects. Like effects of eating corn on your effects on your organism, I guess.
Hi, Hel, what's the meaning of your hand tattoo? Can we see which one? I don't know. Like this is Black Flame. It's the title of our song from the new album. The rest of the tattoos, they just are different. I don't know which one you're talking about. How is Leviathan? Hope he is well and grumpy as always. I will try to bring him now. Just one.
I will answer another question meanwhile. Do you guys would like to perform in Graspop Metal Meeting Belgium? Yeah,
Yes,
totally.
we would like to perform. He's very sleepy, so sorry.
Wake up.
Yeah, super sleepy. We would love to play at Graspop and on
Graspop.
Graspop and on all the festivals, but like it all depends not on us and certainly not like during this pandemic. I will bring him back just because he's very sleepy.
Wow.
What's happening?
I just lost my intellect here, but that's not a question. That's a bit of humor. What is the best concept album, and why is it the War of the Worlds by Jeff Wayne? Nice one, yeah. Oh,
What's happening?
banana.
Leviathan, the cat metal slammer.
Yes.
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 Especially at night when he doesn't allow me to sleep.
Where are the other band members right now? At their homes, because we are in a lockdown, and the other guys have lots of distance to uh, cover to get here.
So yeah, we have in Ukraine, we don't have any public transport working for anyone except for the medical workers and the workers of the supermarkets, and we're not allowed to go out more than two people. We need to wear masks. We cannot go to the parks or any place like except for getting our goods. So yeah, as said, the guys will be here once we have the CDs and we will sign them. This will be the first time we will see them since the pandemic started.
Yeah, I guess we will post the photo proofs that they still exist. I mean, the guys.
Yes, we will
they
do.
are alive still. Yeah, awesome festivals in Portugal you could come to other than Vagos, such as the three annual festival from, yeah, Lauros Nobilis. We know that
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Ba-dum. Do you sign the CD in a bundle or just if you buy the CD alone? We can sign it
We can
anyway.
do both. Just
Yeah,
let
yeah.
us know what you want to be
We
signed.
can sign the book as well, of course, and we can sign the T-shirt if you fancy. I don't
because
know
some
how.
people ask to sign
Yes,
the
yes.
t-shirt.
If you do want that, just drop us your order number. What should we sign for you, and we will
just
do
write
that.
an email to
Yeah,
us and let us know the order number and what you want to be signed.
yes, and we will do everything with pleasure.
How did you start learning to growl? So back in 2011, I was living in Germany for 1 year. And I had a band as well, but we played metal covers mostly. And I was just interested to start growling, and that's it. I just tried. It was very fancy back then. I think that I did some damage to my voice, just a slight one. I mean, not a permanent one, but still, like I was trying here and there, and there were no tutorials online at all because now you can find everything on this matter, and I'm still learning, and yeah, there is a lot of space for improvement. And some people also asked me to teach them, but the problem is I cannot explain how I do it because I'm not a teacher. So I really suggest that you find a vocal coach for this purpose if you want to grow and do extreme vocals because it can damage your voice.
Yeah, everything we can signed in what color? Actually, we have silver markers, we have golden
We
markers.
are going to have white and golden, I guess, because like
It makes sense.
I mean the print, the art is like black and gold, so it will be either white or gold.
Yeah, yeah. So
If it's very important for you, then you can mention it in your email to us as well. So we will do our best.
yeah, is it hard to go from soft to growl and then back to soft?
For me, it's the easiest part. I don't know. It's like a tumbler in my voice, and always been the easiest part. For me, the hardest part is to have enough enough breath for everything, and to be, to be stable and sustainable, because I just want to be able to do it all the time. And for that, I need a lot of practice just to train the voice like you do it in a gym, And while we are sitting here on a lockdown, and I don't have, like, we don't practice with Ignea, and I don't have a studio, so it's kind of complicated. But the transition is the easiest for me.
Okay, guys, if you can sign the book I ordered, of course we can, but please just email the order number, not here. We will lose this one. Uh, Hole's Black Cherry cough drops are good for a vocalist.
I can recommend that there is a brand called Vocal Zone, and I've been using their pastels for quite a long time, and they're not expensive at all. You can just go to their website, or they are also available on Amazon or something like that. They cost about $3 or $4, and I recommend the classic pastels. They're really good.
The red ones,
No, the black ones.
the black ones.
Black
Okay.
ones.
Am I far-sighted or nearsighted? Actually, both. One eye of mine is far-sighted and the other one is nearsighted. I don't remember which one, and actually I don't wear glasses except for the streams, as it turns out, and watching movies, and that's all. I don't wear glasses usually.
Which city were you living in Germany? Did you enjoy it? I was living in Rostock. It is in the north of Germany, on the shores of the Baltic Sea, in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. I enjoyed it. That, like, it's back then. Back then, I loved large cities, and Rostock is a small city, and that's why, like, in a couple of months, I was quite bored, just because I already saw everything, but I had a job to do there, and I had a band and all the stuff. So it was a voluntary program. I was working at a film festival, and it was just, I was picked up for this city, so I didn't choose. But if I could choose back then, I would go to Berlin or Hamburg. I don't know, but, like, now I love smaller cities more. So I would probably change my mind. Why are you laughing?
I just nearly sneezed, like like really powerfully, but it's a relief.
Can you explain us the drawings of the artwork? I guess only our artists can do it, but I don't know. Like, usually, this is how we work with our artist Maria. We just give her music, we just give her the concept, and she just does everything. So for us, it's always a surprise what she does and what she comes with. But I must say that all the artworks, and especially like in this small book and in the album, they are very interesting to look through, because there are a lot of details, and I just cannot show it like like that, just because there is very tiny details, and they are very cool. But there is even, in the booklet, there is even, like, us, the band members, in this style. So it's fun. Uh-huh.
Does the artist have any social media or website to check out? Actually, Maria has kind of page on a
She
special
just
site.
doesn't update it, so I
Yeah, yeah.
just, I
I
don't know.
think there's
But
no.
actually, like, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a couple of posts with gratitude to people who contributed to the album, and I'm going to leave her details there, because now I even don't know where to get them, because, like, we're just from one country, and we just text each other in a social network. So
Yeah. Who writes the music? I write the music.
he does.
Hello. Yeah. Uh, did you study writing or just self-taught?
Writing? Did you study writing music?
No. No.
So
No.
I'm self-taught. I was writing like since I was 3 years old or something like that. Just I have good relationship with words.
3 years old? At 3 years old, I was scratching dicks on my desk in the kindergarten. That
Wow.
was the no. Uh, Poorly drawn bandy buses was the top of my writing abilities, like with a pen
I
or
was just
something.
it was early for me to learn to read, and I started writing very early as well. Hi,
Uh,
Hel, do you sometimes feel like a perfectionist surrounded by clowns? I guess he is the biggest perfectionist in our band, so.
Not in everything.
But in most cases, like,
Yeah.
because I always say, okay, we have to release it, now, please. We don't have time, the people are waiting, and he's like, no, we need to do everything properly, we need to have a lot of time. So if
But
I
by my benchmarking, we at this moment are still not ready to release the album. Actually, yeah. So you can call me an idealist.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you planning on doing another song referencing sci-fi like How I Hate the Night? Actually, we have like the whole EP of them called Sputnik. I guess all of them are sci-fi
it's
kind of.
like, yeah, it's about space and Mars.
Sputnik is Pioneer 1. Oh no.
Sputnik is satellite, the Soviet satellite.
No, I mean it's influenced
Yeah,
by
Pioneer 1.
Pioneer.
There
No,
was
not Pioneer 1. It's just random. Yeah, okay, but Firebird is definitely Pioneer 1. Planet War is
about life on Mars and John Carter movie.
yeah, John Carter movie, and what was it?
I don't remember. Sputnik? Mind the Bust.
Mind the Bust is not a sci-fi thing. But nevertheless,
Still, check
yeah,
out
we
our
have
first
some.
EP Sputnik because not all people know that we did it. Which song of the new album you are most proud of? I guess Disenchantment, no?
Probably, yeah.
It's the most, epic song.
Yeah. Does your band have a favorite historical poet?
Oh my god. No.
I don't even know any.
I'm
dumb.
I write a lot of poems like on Patreon and like everywhere, but I don't read poetry. I don't know why, but I don't like it.
Okay. About the song meaning, where was it? So somebody asked the song meaning. Please just rewatch the stream because we already explained all the songs in
All the meanings,
all
yes.
different aspects, and this is actually what was this stream all about. So you will find the comprehensive answer to that question there, and we will definitely leave this video available after we end the stream. So
would you consider making more songs in Ukrainian in the future? Yes, because it's our like language, and just because a lot of people are already requesting it. Yeah. So
I would actually do more songs in more languages. For example, yes. like of course you know me. I'm too keen to Turkish, to Crimean Tatar, to Hebrew. And you know that we already.
You will sing the songs.
We already have a verse in Chinese, so. But yeah,
Kill
Ukrainian.
Me, please. Now,
but Ukrainian is
you.
probably yes.
The best.
Wait, so is it pronounced hell or not hell? Just Judging by your name, I can say it's more of a Hel.
Hill, yeah.
Hel. It's almost like a French pronunciation, but not with a silent.
Which version of Black Flame do you prefer to sing, English or Ukrainian? For me, they are just absolutely different. I even approach extreme vocals differently for these two songs, so depending on the mood. Because Ukrainian version is more like, you know, patriotic to some extent, and the English version is very storytelling.
I like the Ukrainian version more.
Any of the band members gamers? Yes,
Yes.
our bass player. What we forgot to say is that we have a Discord, and I don't know how to send a link to
No,
our
we can.
Discord.
So to get the link to our Discord channel, when you can talk with us two and the bass player about everything
We got
except uh, the stuff that is only for patrons. You can sign up for our newsletter on our website, and we will add the link, as we already did in two last emails, to the next email so you can get the link.
Yeah, actually, Discord has been really cool. We
Yeah.
had it for a month or something like that. So, for people who don't know what Discord is, it's just a chat with a lot of random people and us. I mean, random people who are willing to join us on this chat. They are from different countries. They are obviously listeners of Ignea, and we're having a lot of fun over there.
So it's not all about the
it's really
band.
very cool.
It's just having a chat place with us.
Yes.
That's all. So
Yeah.
there's nothing like being all about the band. We actually talk too much about cars, about booze, about what else,
About lockdown, about coronavirus,
and politics.
and politics,
Yeah.
and like whatsoever. We even have like a small another chat in this Discord where we just exchange links to different music.
Yeah.
It's called Check It Out. Hashtag Check It Out. So
Check this out.
so it's really cool. So maybe we should really get the link. Oh my god!
I can't get to. I don't have it.
Can you please read other questions while I am?
Uh, The Realms of Fire and Death is a great album. Thank you. One of the best of the year. Oh, the year just has started, and you have hidden
You have
and you now
Okay,
opened our
okay.
video. What are you doing?
Sorry,
Please
sorry.
stop.
Yes, but I will drop the link to command.
Each song captures, but Black Flame captured me more after first listening to. Why is this song bonus? Because it's not a song, it's a translation of the second song called Chorne Polumya.
I dropped the link for the first time on this stream.
And you just lost like a couple of email subscribers.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, that's our Discord. Please come in. We're not online at this moment just yet, but we will be there. And once more, it's free. It's not about the band. There's no original content there. It's just all about chatting.
And
yeah.
that's it. Yes.
Yeah, we have a small, amazing community right there, and just welcome. I guess we've been online for 2.5 hours, and
Yeah.
it's like midnight now here in Kiev, Ukraine.
Yeah, so guys,
So-
thank you for being here. Don't forget that you can get all the merch in our store on our website. All the lyrics to new songs are on our website as well. And I guess that we will be wrapping this stream. If you joined us later, make sure to rewatch it, because at the beginning we tell all the meanings behind all the songs. We tell fun facts about the songs, like everything. We are going to make a couple of more streams later on, maybe on Facebook and Instagram, but like this stream will be the main one. And if you have any questions left, then leave them for another
Yeah,
video.
you can leave them for another stream. You can post them in the comment section under this stream.
Yeah, this stream will be saved, so you can post more comments, more questions under this video.
And of course, you can join our Discord and ask everything personally right there. So if you have.
Or you can join our Patreon and you can ask the questions over there. So we have a lot of places where we respond. I guess we could just one second. 1 second. What's happening? I mean,
you lost.
Yeah, so I will leave a bit more links once again for you.
I don't think they're gonna fit.
Why?
Because
of reasons. So again, sorry guys. So this is
no, it's gonna be without a space. Yes, at least.
This is our official website where you can get merch, where you can get all the information, all the lyrics. Just check it out. If you want a vinyl, then go here, and if you want to join our Patreon, please come here.
Yeah, and also there's a Discord link just a little bit higher. I think you have touched the microphone with your hands, so everyone is now deaf.
Okay.
Okay,
Where?
There, don't touch the computer. Okay.
So people don't hear us? No?
No. Yes. Already no. I mean, they don't hear anything now because you have touched the microphones here.
Ah. Okay.
Who will buy the music if they're deaf? Okay, thank you, anyone.
They
everyone.
can hear us. What are you talking about?
Thanks to everyone for coming, for joining us tonight, and yeah, I think till the next time then. Right?
Yeah.
Bye. No.